My lady, Sovereign Prince Alaric Vant commands your return to House Vane to inherit the Shadow Vault and your seat in the court.
Today I wish only to see Arthur, and to learn whose hand lies behind the false blood seal in the Sterling ledgers.
An invitation to the Cavendish charity supper has been secured for Arthur Sterling. If he signs the candidate contract for the Royal Restoration Project, the Sterling family may yet escape its debts.
Do not follow me, and have the Sovereign suite at the Hanmer Grand made ready.
Today is the 3rd anniversary of our covenant, and Arthur asked me to meet at the law form. He's thoughtful after all.
Miss, forgive my intrusion. I require a temporary bride by contract for 1 year. The terms are open to discussion.
My lord, you mistake me. I already have a husband.
Sorry, I mistook you for someone else. Sign the deed of separation. From this day forth, cease to be a burden upon me.
So, for our 3rd anniversary brings me not flowers, but a paper of parting, and the first proof placed in my hand by those forging the Vanch blood seal.
You mean to part from me?
3 years have been enough. I am weary of having a penniless painter for a wife. Eleanor can bring me into shadowed society, even to the embase.
The Cavendish charity supper requires a proper companion, not a street painter in a worn should. Arthur, your loans, your railway bonds, your acquaintances, I laid every road for you in secret. Yet why does the wax on your paper bear the dark pattern of a Vance cadet branch?
If she is Miss Vance, then I am Queen of the Shadow Court.
Take this compensation, sign, and never appear before me again.
Very well. Arthur Sterling, I hope you will not come to regret this.
Since your deed of separation has been witnessed, miss, I can offer a private blood contract under noble law.
I can sign a private blood contract, but it serves only to relieve us both. It does not make us true blood-bound consorts under the court.
Done. Mr. Sterling's deed of separation has been witnessed. This is not a civil marriage under English law, but a private blood contract recognized by the shadowed houses. To become true blood-bound consorts, both parties must later confirm it of their own free will. It is only a contract, to spare me a family alliance. In return, I shall shield you from your former husband's insults.
The private blood contract is sealed. A counterfeit nobleman and a mad painter. How well matched.
At the Cavendish charity supper, I hope you two will still find cause to laugh. You have been riding in that all this time?
It is quiet. It does not remind me who I am.
Who are you, truly?
A common painter who has just signed a blood contract.
And also one who has at last confirmed that the prey has taken the bait.
The young lady of the Vance family will be staying in the Sovereign suite. Everyone remember, the moment you see the obsidian blood seal, give the highest salute.
The back door is in the alley. Don't block the honoured guests.
I am the person you're waiting for. Now she looks like Miss Vance.
Take me to the Sovereign suite. She is not the Vance heir. If you really are, show us proof.
This can't be.
The obsidian blood seal will answer you and tell me where that fake badge came from. Who says I can't get in? Light the lamps. A key can open the door. It cannot wake the lamps of the Vance family.
Only the true Vance blood seal can open this place.
One last thing. What is inside the box? Jewelry, deeds, what nobles keep, of course. Wrong. It's the ring Arthur gave me when he had nothing.
She is the real young lady.
My lady, your servant has failed you.
We thought she was the heiress.
You dared allow the true Miss Van to be humiliated!
Expel Eleanor Belmont. Seal away the temporary key she touched, the fragments of the false banj, and the ledgers. Send them to the Crimson Register for preliminary review. Do not alarm the hand behind her.
Then let him seek it at the Cavendale charity supper.
She may truly be of Vance blood. The Sovereign Suite answered to her seal.
She was with me for 3 years. Would I not know her? This must be a piece of theatre she purchased.
Then we shall make her a spectacle at the charity supper. Lord Reginald said that so long as she dares not reveal the blood seal, she will forever be the discarded wife Arthur no longer wanted.
This isn't a street art show.
You still dare come? She is with me. Another fraud pretending to be the Duke of Cavalbish. We'll talk inside.
After tonight, the Sterlings will enter true high society.
Madam, His Grace granted me the candidacy.
Julian, did you arrange this?
This candidacy was released by Cavendish only because of Vinayank's credit guarantee. It is not a ladder for Sterling to climb into the Shadow Court.
You really are the Duke of Cavendish?
Didn't you say the Duke wouldn't even look at you? From this moment on, Cavendish withdraws its endorsement of the Sterling project.
Even if you are the Duke, she is still only my ex-wife. A painter.
And she pretended to be the Vance heir.
Malcolm Shaw, steward of the Vance family, has arrived.
My lady, I am late.
What did you call her?
Miss Seraphina Vance, the sole heir of the Vance family.
Arthur, Vance Bank gave you credit, and Cavendish gave you endorsement. Now I'm taking back every path Vance gave you. And while you're at it, check whose Vance secret accounts you moved through Sterling bonds.
Call in the Sterling loans. Cancel the credit notes. Freeze the railway bond endorsers.
As you command, Vance Bank will execute immediately.
Mr. Sterling, address her as the Duchess of Cavalton.
Julian, your marriage contract was far too rash. Even if she carries Vance blood, she has not completed the Shadow Court succession announcement. Cavendish is entering its century-long slumber period. We cannot stake the family blood contract on an unconfirmed private marriage.
Even if her surname is Vance, she may not be formally recognized by the Shadow Court.
If Cavendish values birth over ability, I can leave.
No.
The Whitmore family controls the Royal Restoration licenses. I have invited Miss Beatrice to the side hall. At least meet her once.
A painter abandoned by a mortal husband is not worthy of the Duke of Cavendish.
The railway license is in my hands. Would the Duke offend Whitmore for her?
If certain licenses expire, Cavendish may lose half its board before the century-long slumber even begins.
What you hold are only licenses. What I hold is the lifeline of your credit. By authority of the Vance heir, call in Whitmore's notes.
The Whitmores altered railway accounts, embezzled orphan funds, hoarded coal tickets illegally, and laundered secret accounts for a Vance branch. The evidence has been submitted to the Shadow Court.
Miss Vance, please show mercy.
What gives her the right to judge us? Because you threatened my husband, and because you touched Vance accounts.
Seraphina, Whitmore was out of line today.
My people are mine to protect.
Thank you.
Contract spouses help each other.
Just a contract?
Something happened with the Royal Museum Restoration Project. Someone stole an old draft by the Aja Restorer. On the back is a map to the entrance of the court's bloodline archives.
The Aja Restorer? Why does she know so much about this?
This restoration drawing has been accused of stealing the Azure Restorer's manuscript.
It wasn't stolen. A discarded draft from 3 years ago was ruined by someone.
Whoever altered it knows nothing about restoration. They only wanted to find the entrance to the bloodline archives behind the mural. Since when do you understand royal restoration?
Don't tell me you know the Aja Restorer.
I do.
Why not just say you are her?
Tell the Royal Committee the Aja Restorer will handle it personally.
If the Royal Restoration Project fails, Cavendil will face massive damages.
I hear the Duchess is on site. Could she be the one who caused this mess?
Find out the truth first. She said the Aja Restorer was only a friend, but there isn't a trace of panic in her eyes.
The Aja Restorer cannot appear in person, so I will revise it on her behalf. If the Royal Secret Archives open because of this, they should be handed to those who truly understand upper-class order. What was that spelt tonight?
Fake. Her signature never uses that tail hook, and the blue glaze seal was archived 2 years ago.
This preserves the original flow while keeping the gaslight from damaging the mural. As for the bloodline archives behind it, no one is opening them today.
That technique. Only the Azure Restova herself would use it.
The bank is demanding payment. The club has expelled us, and the railway bonds are worthless. Who did you offend?
It's all that woman Seraphia.
She may really have a Vance background.
She may have Vance blood, but Malcolm is only a steward. The charity dinner could have been Cavendish staging a show for her. The true heir must be recognized by the court at the bloodline confirmation ball.
The Vance bloodline confirmation ball is soon. If you attach yourself to the heir officially recognized by the court, you can rise again.
Yes. Seraphina hasn't been officially announced yet. I'll marry the real heir recognized by the court.
The Vance family will hold the bloodline confirmation ball. Julian, you have also been invited.
I am married.
You would give up a connection to the Vance main line for a woman of uncertain identity?
Go. If you meet the true heir, the contract can end.
Do you want it to end that badly?
Everyone at the ball will think I'm the Vance heir.
As long as they salute me first, the branch elders can claim the main line is absent and that I should receive the succession on its behalf.
What if Seraphina appears?
She hid for so many years. Who would recognize her?
The ball is for the true young lady. Cecilia, do not say what you shouldn't.
I'm only helping the family keep up appearances.
You had better be. Miss Cecilia, if you would show me favor, Sterling will serve you forever.
Let him stand beside me at the ball.
As long as everyone salutes me first, a branch identity can be dressed up as a mainline identity.
By the time the real Seraphina appears, the branch will already have forced the succession.
Can you really pretend to be the Azure Restorer's representative?
Reginald gave me the old draft, the authorization template.
The real Azure Restorer never shows her face.
As long as the plan fails, Julian will lose control of Cavendale. As long as the archive's open, the Vance succession can also be interpreted by the branch.
The Azure Restova has authorized me to present the final restoration plan.
That is my discarded draft, twisted beyond recognition.
Julian, if this project fails, you should surrender the family authority.
Seraphina, don't you understand this? Dare to comment.
The main axis is wrong, the lighting logic is wrong, and the signature is fake. The secret archive entrance you truly wanted to open has also been restored by me to a sealed structure.
Because I am the Azure Restorer.
You're the Azure Restorer? Then I'm ancient pureblood royalty.
Pretending to be a Vance wasn't enough, so now you're pretending to be an art master?
The Azure Restorer stopped working 3 years ago. Because I married you.
And because I needed whoever stole the blood seal to believe I had left the court.
The Master left verification files years ago. Only she herself can open them.
She really is the Azure Restorer!
Stealing discarded drafts, forging authorization, trying to open the Shadow Court's bloodline archives, wait for the Shadow Court summons.
Sarah, we need to talk.
Mr. Sterling, we have nothing to talk about.
Why didn't you tell me sooner? Now my loans, first embrace qualification and club seat are all gone!
I did tell you. You chose not to believe me.
Let's start over. I'll cut Ellen off completely.
I loved you once. But that was then.
Touching another man's wife is improper. She was my wife first! And you threw her away with your own hands. If you wish, the private contract can end early.
Why?
Because you no longer need me to shield you from anyone.
Then do you want me to stay?
I do. But not because of the contract.
Seraphina, I underestimated you.
No matter how many identities she has, this marriage contract still damages the family's reputation.
What needs explaining is how Eleanor got Cavanbill's internal old draft, and who sent out the sketch of the secret archive entrance in the Royal Restoration Hall.
By order of the ducal signet, Reginald is stripped of his board sheet, and his railway and port authority are frozen.
At the Bloodline Confirmation Ball, the Vance branch will present a new heir. You will all regret this.
Are you really going?
If you want me to go, I'll go.
What if the true heir takes a liking to you?
I'll tell her I'm married, and that I love my wife.
It seems I've no choice but to attend this ball.
Sterling still dares to come? His loans have all been called in.
Once I marry the Vance heir, all of you will bow to me. She descended to the Vane's desk. She must be the true heir.
Miss Cecilia, you're finally here.
I hear things haven't been going well for you lately.
Seraphina and Julian have been suppressing me. Plead with the Vance family on my behalf.
A small matter. Once the branch elders announce tonight that the succession will be reconsidered, Sterling's debts can be repackaged too.
My lady said to let the fake finish her little performance first. Once she touches the true badge, the lie will crack on its own.
Vicmont Charles Ashfield has arrived.
Miss Seraphina, why hide your face behind a fan?
I have been unwell lately.
Lord Sebastian Linwill has arrived.
Please touch the badge and recite the ancient Latin oath.
You are not Seraphina. You can't even read the ancient Latin oath on the Vance badge.
The branch can arrange stairs and guests, but it cannot arrange bloodline submission.
You dared to deceive me!
I haven't just got arrived egg! I never said I was the mainline heir! I'm only a daughter of the Vance family! The branch elders said that if she was absent, I could receive the salute on her behalf!
A branch daughter dares impersonate the mainline blood sovereign? Will the real her come?
That woman is the true Miss Vance!
My lady, by the law of the Shadow Court, the Vance main line welcomes you back to your rightful place.
Long time no see, Miss Serafina. I still honor the old pact.
If you are willing, Linwood is ready to marry the Vance heir.
She never lied to me. I simply didn't know her well enough.
You really are the Vance heir! Sarah, let's get back together!
You believe me now? Too late. I don't recall agreeing to marry anyone.
Serafina. If you want to dissolve the contract, I won't stop you.
I don't want to marry them. I have a husband.
I know you best!
The woman I am now is not someone you deserve to know.
Duke of Cavenhurn, will you come home with me?
Are you sure it's me?
I'm sure.
The contract is sealed.
I will.
This is all your fault. If you hadn't pretended, how would I have offended Serafina again?
You were blind enough to throw away the real heir. Enough! She ruined all of you, and all you can do is bite each other?
You still dare show up?
As long as Serafina disappears, the ball, Cavendish, and everything Vass can be reset.
Reginald left silver blood chains and old portmen behind long ago, and they brought me in through the servants' passage. The branch her obsidian blood seal.
I only need her to leave Julian, withdraw the sanctions on Sterling, and restore my credit and first embrace qualification. Don't let anyone die.
Once she signs the withdrawal order, who cares whether she wants to or not?
After tonight, you won't need to hide anymore.
And I won't have to carry everything alone anymore.
Sarah, go! Serafina!
Search. Turn both banks of the Thames upside down.
Miss Vance, the Azure Restorer, the Duchess of Cavendil. So many titles. And now you're still in my hands.
Eleanor, it's not too late to stop.
Sarah, promise to leave Julian and give Sterling a way out, and I'll make them release you.
You still think you're qualified to bargain with me?
I'm only trying to get back the Sterling family's future!
I never belonged to you.
My lady left a Vance tracking mark. The location is the old dock warehouse.
My people will seal the river. The Cavendish Port Night Watch will seal the warehouses. All railway exits will stop operating.
I must be among those who rescue her. My lady did not choose the wrong man.
Sarah!
Stay back! Why does she get everything? Vance blood, artistic genius, Julian's love. It's all hers!
A seal can suppress power. It cannot suppress bloodline. Your mistake was using other people's lives as stepping stones.
Don't hurt her! You'll get all of us killed! Are you hurt?
No. Cousin, I was only confused for a moment!
You weren't confused. You were greedy.
I saved you. Could you...
Saving me is not a bargaining cap for redemption.
Hand them over to the Shadow Court. These 3 years you suffered.
It was the path I chose.
Arthur, Eleanor, and Cecilia will all pay the price. The Shadow Court is waiting for your judgment order, and the succession announcement should be issued.
Not yet. I want to speak clearly with Julian first, as Seraphina.
Go. This time your father won't decide for you, but once you set your seal, the court will obey.
Reginald has been expelled. Julia, Cavendish is yours.
I didn't lose to you. I lost to the Vance family behind her!
You lost to your own greed.
Seraphina, Cavendish owes you an apology.
I accept. Our private contract relationship should end here. As for whether it becomes a true blood bond partnership, I want to choose again.
Are you releasing me from that choice too?
Yes. I don't want you to stay because of a contract. And I don't want myself to stay out of gratitude.
All right. I respect your choice.
"3 years ago, I gave my heart to the wrong person. Now, do I dare trust again?"
Malcolm said you'll officially reveal your identity tonight. I probably shouldn't disturb you.
Then why did you come?
Before the contract ended, I had no right to say it. After it ended, I was even more afraid I'd be too late. Seraphina, I love you. Not because you are the Vance heir, not because you are the Azure restorer, and not because you can save Cavenanton.
I love the woman who was misunderstood by everyone and still stood tall.
What if I'm only Seraphina with an old carriage and cheap paintbrushes?
Then I'll ride that old carriage home with you.
Tonight, I formally present my daughter, Seraphina Vance.
It seems I arrived too late. Not too late. It simply was never you from the start.
Before my succession identity is made public, I have one private matter to announce. Julian and I began with a private blood bond marriage contract. But from tonight on, I hope it will no longer be only a contract.
Sarah, please hear one last thing from me. Don't our 3 years together mean anything to you?
That's why I paved your way, paid your debts, and carried you from ruin into respectability.
Then give me one more chance!
What you gave me was a separation deed, humiliation, and being called street trash. Arthur Sterling, I owe you nothing now.
By authority of the Valse heir, Sterling will forever lose eligibility for the first embrace and be expelled from Shadow Society. The Belmont branch will be handed to the court for interrogation. The Vance branch succession seats are frozen. Reginald will be transferred to the Cavendale Family Tribunal.
I regret it. Your regret has nothing to do with her.
Julian Cavendish. My name is Seraphina Vance. Others say I am the Vance heir, the Azure restorer, a bloodline sovereign. But in front of you, I am only the woman who stepped down from that old carriage.
When you chose me, you knew nothing of these powers. Will you come home with me?
I will. Whether you are Miss Vaunt, the Azure Restorer, or simply Seraphina who wants to be herself, I will.
From private contract to true choice. From now on, side by side.
Become my eternal partner if you are willing.
I am willing.